All right, here we go. Another Random Fighter Select tournament matchup. Here we go. We've got Lovejoy going up against, you're going to love this, guys, Ed Parker's son. Let's go, baby.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you listening? Ricky J. Sports.
Welcome, welcome. Here we go. Lovejoy versus Ed Parker's son. And right away, right off the bat, Lovejoy gets lucky and gets Nate Diaz. And Ed Parker's son going with Will Brooks. And seeing them get their picks, man, it's like opening up Kinder Surprise chocolate, man. You just don't know what you're going to get. And it's kind of a shame I didn't get the actual selection process footage, but it's all good. This is going to be crazy right here. It's kind of a mismatch here. We got Diaz versus Brooks. But if Ed Parker's son has any element of Ed Parker in him, he's got a chance no matter who he uses. But you guys know Ed Parker, man. One of the best guys, if not the best guy in the game. How does he have a son? This guy's trolling in this tournament. Ed Parker's son on Xbox? So let's see what happens. Both guys, especially Ed, coming out kind of passive a little bit. And Lovejoy hanging back. Oh. You gotta be so careful with your strikes, man. This isn't UFC 2. UFC 2 was kind of funny. You could whiff on a bunch of kicks and not get rocked, not get knocked down. In this, one bad kick, one bad punch, and you could be face planted on the mat. So I hope everybody's doing well today, man. I feel so good. I'm loving these Random Fighter Select tournament battles, man. I hope you're enjoying it. And look at this! Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Did you see that? Both of them just stood there with their elbows tucked, throwing punches. Oh! Lovejoy decided to throw a Stockton slap way out from left field, man. For all you baseball people, spring training is underway. Baseball's around the corner, but I know you UK people are like, Ricky, what are you talking about? It's all about football. But back to this fight. Again, it's a feeling out process, man. When guys face each other for the first time and when the stakes are high, they just don't want to overcommit on things. Look at that. You kick my body, I kick your body. And a little leg action. Nice. I like how Ed Parker's son is playing possum. Did you see that? He pretended he was away from his controller, and then once Lovejoy got close, he started firing back. And what I like about, I'm just gonna call him the son. I like what the son's doing though. He's not being overly excited here. And on the other end, Lovejoy is being a little bit more aggressive, and he's touching him though. Oh, nice little sway to the side by the son. And again, more leg. One of the guys is getting their little brother to twist the Ethernet cable. Like to turn it into a licorice, man. Right here, the son is he's doing a nice job. They did make a mistake, guys. So everybody out there that's still in this tournament, remember the first two fights should only be 3 rounds. If it gets to that third and deciding fight, it's best 2 out of 3. The third fight is 5 rounds. And we're seeing this a little too much where guys are making a mistake. Don't worry, it's not Ricky Rage. But it just gets frustrating when you make the rules and people still don't follow them. You know what I mean? Well, it's okay. We'll think past that. I just do that because I don't want the video to be an hour long. Who has an hour to watch a YouTube video? You know what I mean? But back to the fight. It was a good round. I think it was a good round for Lovejoy. But again, the son has the advantage with respect to the stamina action. But I don't know about the perks with Diaz, but I know Diaz has that regrouping stamina feature where he can regain his stamina in the later rounds. I don't know what that is. Deep waters. I don't have to double check it, but it's got that stamina advantage. But let's see what happens. Let's see if Ed Parker's son could be a little bit more aggressive. We saw in that previous fight with, was his name Brockhead? I think he was just being a little too passive, and Bone took him out. So here we go. Lovejoy's coming at him. Again, the son has that advantage. Still seeing a little leg action. I think that's throwing them off a little bit.
And there is one thing we also should consider, and that is the wrestling of Nate Diaz.
It's just funny how Ed Parker's son, how he's working here. He's hanging right back, waiting for Lovejoy to just overcommit. And Lovejoy, you could see that he kind of has that style of being aggressive, maybe even a bit over-aggressive at times. And the son is looking to take advantage of that. But he's crisp, you know, with his strikes. He's throwing a lot of jabs out there. Kind of like feeler jabs. Just trying to touch his opponent. Oh, sneaky. And this is where the fight changes, man. This is where the fight changes. Oh, good get up. Good get up. But then he's... the son is just hanging back. He's got to push forward. I guess he feels he can outpoint Lovejoy, but a little too passive. Do you agree with that? I guess time will tell as this video goes on. He's just hanging back, not engaging. This is an interesting style. Maybe because he knows it's a 5-round fight and he wants Diaz to blow out the old stamina action. But I don't know, man. Look at this. This is not going to gain him the fans. And I know people are going to say this. He fights nothing like his dad. Look at this. Just hanging back. Not looking to take out his opponent. There we go. But I guess he feels the stamina game is what he's going to work with here, because he knows Lovejoy is aggressive. The cool thing about this game is that moment where you have to think of a strategy and stick with it and hope it works. And look at this. The passive strategy is helping the son do some damage. And look at this. Somebody's got the little brother. Twist the Ethernet cable. Twist the Ethernet cable. I'm losing. I'm just kidding. But good job. He's waiting him out. And at first I thought, honestly, this is not the... Oh, kind of twisted an ankle there. He pulled a Cain Velasquez. Oh, sneaky. But I honestly thought that the strategy wasn't really working. And then he got that rock. Oh, guillotine action. And the son's stamina is not very good here. Is he going to be able to get out? Oh, not a lot of time. He uses the 2-gator to get out. Interesting round here.
That cheek has gotten out of control. Cutman can only do so much, and given the fact that that cut continues to be attacked by the opponent,
got to give that round to Ed Parker's son. Let's see what happens.
There's a powerful kick to the body.
Boom. Nice kick to the body. And I'm going to predict it here, people. I'm going to predict Lovejoy's going to come out guns a-blazing. And it's going to play right into the son's strategy. And it's kind of like our good buddy. Everybody knows Marshall Mine. But Marshall Mine has that strategy as well, where he loves to hang back, let the fight come to him. And if you're going to be overly aggressive, man, you're going to fall right into his game plan. So here we go. This is such an interesting style, man. He's just getting on his bicycle, kind of like Chuck Liddell back in the heyday, where Chuck would just backpedal, and then plant and throw. And look at the stamina for Brooks, man. Now, if the son could really play this right, he should do very well later on in this fight. He can keep that stamina up, not take a lot of damage. Oh, he can't be sitting in the pocket there, though. And he's going to have a lot more zip on his strikes if he could keep that stamina high. See how he's winning these exchanges? Just because he's got that big stamina advantage. Oh, and he's dropped him. Oh, man. Oh, he strikes back. Wow, the leg must be so frustrating. But when you do a worldwide tournament like this, you know, it's a reality. You got to deal with it. Oh, what a way to strike back. He's going into southpaw. And we're finally seeing the Sun get aggressive. Oh, wow. A little out of striking range there. Nice knee to the body. Big time knee to the body. Oh, a nice little three-piece combo. Oh, man. This could be it for Lovejoy. Lovejoy's firing right back. He's not intimidated. And I'm not one to, you know, oh, nice. Oh, man. To start rumors or to start drama, but every time it gets to this rocked mode here, it gets laggy. And Lovejoy is on the verge of getting knocked out here, but he's still firing back. The Sun needs to be very careful here, even though he's winning the fight. Oh, and it's over. Wow. Channeling his father's skills right there. Ed Parker's son with an unbelievable knockout. And man, I take it back on that style. That style was amazing. And here we go. We're getting into the next fight. Ed Parker's son getting Anderson Silva. And Lovejoy, it looks like he's going to stick with CB Dalloway. And I don't know if he knows that he has 2 tries to go with the random fighter select, but I guess he's happy with CB Dalloway. And now the question is Ed Parker's son going? I like how they're going to 3 rounds here. Is Ed Parker's son going to stick with Anderson Silva, or is he going to roll the dice to look for somebody better? I would stick with Anderson, man. That 92 striking, he's thinking about changing it. This is crazy if he does change it, man. You can tell he's thinking about it. The suspense is killing me. We're going to keep it here. I'm very interested to see. It's kind of like playing blackjack too, you know? You get like a 17 or a 16 and you're like, should I ask for another card? I want to get close to 21, and then you bust. And at this point, Ed Parker's son, he's got a good hand in Anderson Silva, but he's sitting there debating, should I hit it? You know his finger is on that button, ready to slam it to a new fighter. Or is he saying, you know what? I'm not going to roll the dice. Oh, he is rolling the dice. And he's got Israel Adesanya. And on paper, though, you saw those stats. Anderson is a little bit better, but Israel is a little bit longer. So I guess, you know, it doesn't really matter anyway. Both guys are very similar in styles, but that was crazy. I wonder, I hope Ed Parker's son, you know, watches this and lets us know at that moment, was he thinking about keeping Anderson? Or obviously he hit it to go for another fighter, but here we go. Look at this matchup. CB Dalloway. Would you ever thought that we were ever going to see a CB Dalloway sighting in our tournament here? All because of the Random Fighter Select tournament. That we get to see fighters that you'll never ever see in a ranked match. And this is the beauty of this tournament. And I thank you guys so much for jumping aboard and watching these fights and taking part and participating. And it takes a lot to enter a Random Fighter Select tournament because a lot of guys, you know, use the same fighters over and over again. They know their fighters. And when you're in a tournament like this where you enter into battle not knowing who is going to be the fighter you're going to control, sometimes it's taxing on people and they don't want to do it. So there were some high-profile guys that, you know, they're pro fighters in this game and they didn't want any part of the Random Fighter Select tournament just because of that element of uncertainty. So everybody that has entered this tournament, I give you mad props for taking the dive into this random fighter select tournament. So here we go. Obvious mismatch. Nice. I was just going to say mismatch, but CB Dalloway, he's a great wrestler, man. I don't know about great, but he's a decent wrestler. And look at this reversal. The Sun laying the haymakers on the mat. Good denial. And let's see what happens. And again, they did it right. It's not a 5-round fight, so you don't have a lot of time to, to work, especially if you get down in the scorecards. So the Sun's doing a good job. He's really good at maintaining that stamina, and this is a stamina sucker right here. When guys posture up in half guard like that and just lay the leather, but he's got to get that stamina up though. I think he's getting too excited with throwing those shots. You see that? Look at Ed Parker's Sun's stamina. No stamina at all. He could lock up a submission here. I would grab that neck and throw a triangle if he's got it. Oh, or do it now. Arm bar. Oh, look at that stamina differential. This fight could be done. Oh my gosh, it's done. The drama has hit Ricky J Sports. And we just saw an unbelievable performance, and my dog just loves what just happened right there, as Lovejoy, utilizing the strength of CB Dalloway, getting a shocking early first round KO right there on the mat. That was impressive. And I think Ed Parker's Sun, he was doing great, but he was getting he's just getting too excited with those shots to the body. And even though you're hitting strikes, guys, you always got to make sure that you take a peek in the corners of your screen and look at that stamina action, because it was almost like Lovejoy was trapping him, saying, you know what, you could belly tickle me all day. Once that stamina goes down, I'm going to reverse you and pound you out. And good on him. CB Dalloway is not much of a submission guy, so he didn't want to go for that armbar. I don't even know if CB had the armbar, but here we go. The final fight. Oh, man. So let's see. They're going light heavy now. Here we go, Minotauro. Minotauro's the first pick. And Ozdemir. Oh, no way. He got lucky. Oh, my God. He got so lucky getting John Jones. And look at that. Ed Parker's Sun getting Gustafsson. And this is a fantastic matchup we got here. Both guys have great stats. And both of these virtual fighters got very lucky in their selections. And in a way, I'm happy that, Ed Parker's Sun got Gustafsson, because, it just wouldn't be fair if we saw John Jones against any mid-80s fighter, if you know what I mean. So this is great. We got 5 rounds to decide who's moving on, and both guys have had a taste of success and a taste of defeat. Now, who's going to channel their championship spirit and pull out probably their biggest virtual fight victory of all time, man, for them? So here we go. Let's see what happens. You got to just remind yourself, when you're in this situation in a tournament fight like this, you just got to tell yourself it's just another fight. It's like playing unranked. Just go in there, relax, and do your thing. And win or lose, at the end of the day, it's just a video game, man. That's all it is. We're just here to have fun, enjoy our lives, and be entertained. And hopefully you guys have been entertained. And here we go. Ed Parker's Sun going up against Lovejoy. And let's see what happens. And again, if Ed Parker's Sun could utilize Gustafsson's kicks and strikes, and I feel like Gustafsson has better striking in this game than Jones, but Jones obviously has the better grappling submission game. The all-around game goes to Jones. So look at this. The Sun is doing a nice job trying to channel his inner Brooks from the first fight and just be passive. That passive way of striking was just so good. And let's hope that he continues doing that. And Lovejoy's just got to
Joe, and he has shown an
He's got to be
increased
patient a little bit. Don't
susceptibility to that
overcommit on
strike
some of his strikes. And they both have to battle the leg. Oh, grabs the ankle or grabs the foot right there.
So right after catching the legs,
It would have been nice to see him go down for that takedown.
instead he goes for the punch.
Yeah, even the John Anik is saying the same thing. See, I would prefer to go for a takedown there and try to drain my opponent's stamina, especially in a 5-round fight. But look at the Sun. I like how the Sun's going back to his strategy of just hanging back
Well, he's always on the counterattack, but a nice leg kick there
and
by
trying to
Jones.
get Lovejoy to overcommit like in that first fight. But Lovejoy's, he's a smart guy, man. He's not falling into that trap.
Punch coming, it's blocked.
And you could say both guys kind of fell into their opponent's strategies
Clean with the right hook.
in both of their losses. So here we go. I like this, though. The Sun saying, you know what, I got all day. That's what he wants.
Well, they've made all the right reads here tonight, and there's another one. Beautiful read on the leg
In
strike.
situations like
Catches
this
it
where
and returns fire with a
guys are
right
really good at
hook.
grabbing
They
the
have got the timing
body
down
strikes,
at this point of the fight.
I would just stick to boxing.
Oh, Jones
Because if
gets
even
hit
if
by
you
that
miss
kick
on a
to the
body punch, you can't grab your arm and throw a strike. You know what I mean? So if I'm Ed Parker's son, I would say, you know what, don't kick, man.
blocks the shot.
Don't kick till later on. Stick to boxing. Let me know if you agree with that. Because if he whiffs, I'm going to try to strike with him. But look at this interesting strategy. I love this. This is not something you see in every fight.
Kick.
And he's going to try to outpoint him. He's going to try to frustrate Lovejoy. Lovejoy's got to maintain that frame of mind of just being patient and not letting this strategy throw him off. Oh, he had a window there. A window to strike.
There's that jab. He's doing a very nice job protecting his head here.
Good straight
Oh,
hand
nice
there
head movement by
Jones.
Lovejoy.
Lands with the left. Final seconds.
Very interesting first round. Wow.
Good strike there by Alexander.
And Ed Parker's son there was pushing forward right there. Lovejoy, Lovejoy, I feel, won that round. But I feel that if the Sun's going to move on in this tournament, he's got to get back to that passive style. It was working because at some point Lovejoy is going to make a mistake and then he's going to take advantage of it. But seems like
Second round underway.
the Sun likes to
All right, so second
break
round
away
is
from his
underway.
strategy at times, and that's going to hurt him. So he's got to,
Necessarily a
don't
round
worry about the
here.
fans, don't worry about the boos.
On both sides.
Stay back and let Lovejoy come to him. Oh! That knee came out of nowhere. Oh my goodness! Lovejoy is going bonkers here, people. He is going bonkers. And again! Look at this guy. He's going to go for an overhand. Oh my gosh. And Ed Parker's son was just frozen in time right there. Oh my gosh, he just didn't know what to do.
Knockout. Now we go inside the octagon.
And there you have it, man. Lovejoy moving on. And Ed Parker's son taking a crazy KO right there. What a fight, what a battle. Let me know your thoughts on this fight. Holy smokes. Let me know your thoughts on the strategies both ways, man. What a showdown. Anyhow, people, I'll end up this video. It's too long, man. This is Ricky J. Baby from Ricky J. Sports, and you are awesome.